Hi there. Today we want to discuss the metrics side of marketing, specifically the kind of metrics that CEOs get a little worried about. Welcome back, Andres.
Thank you, Dr. Guess.
Let's dive right into our topic. For a basic question, why do we use metrics in the first place?
So, metrics are the numbers that provide information about the performance of the business. Metrics are used to make decisions that drive improvements and help businesses focus their people and their resources on what's important. Metrics should reflect and support the various strategies for goals and functions within the organization. I like to refer to metrics as the GPS that helps our business navigate north.
Hmm. There are many types of metrics. Could you describe some of the categories that organizations might use?
Sure. So metrics are typically organized by either a department, strategic initiative, or a combination of both. These typically include finance metric, marketing and sales metrics, human resources metrics, customer service, and others. Most recently, we've seen an influence of social media making its way into some of the dashboards that we're measuring in the C suite. So marketing departments tend to focus primarily on acquisition, loyalty, customer satisfaction, lifetime value, and other digital metrics as social.
Which marketing metrics are the CMO accountable? Which of those marketing metrics would the CMO be accountable for in relation to the CEO?
So when we're in front of the C-suite and our CEO, we typically talk about customer acquisition cost, customer lifetime value, marketing attribution, and the most important one, marketing rate of return.
So, what do these metrics tell them about a company's performance?
Well, it tells us how our marketing efforts are doing. It tells us what our marketing dollars are producing in terms of net new customers or in terms of revenue. And these metrics allow CMOs to build financial projections on the return on investment that the company must achieve in order to meet the sales and performance objectives of the business as it acquires new customers and as it retains and nurtures existing customers.
Hmm. Let's talk more about some of these metrics. Starting with what does it really cost to get these new customers?
Well, it's important to know how much it costs to bring on new customers. That's what we call CAC, the cost of acquiring new customers. We also want to know the potential value over time of that relationship with that customer. We call that LTV, lifetime value. The way that we measure what it costs to acquire a new customer is by taking the total sales and marketing costs and adding that to any additional marketing spend, plus our salaries, commissions, and bonuses within a time period. That gives us the control factor, typically within a month or a quarter. Then we divide it by the number of new customers that we acquired in that same period. So, for instance, if you spent $100,000 on sales and marketing in a particular month, and in that month we acquired 10 new customers, then our customer acquisition cost would be $10,000 per customer.
Okay. So, part of the process of acquiring new customers is knowing how much to budget in marketing dollars to find those customers. This can be especially useful for CMOs when allocating ad spend and things like that. But what does this mean to the company?
Well, we want to know how much that relationship is worth over time. So customer lifetime value to us, it allows us to measure, for example, the recurrent revenue streams that a particular customer might bring to the business, or even any way that customers can make a repeat purchase. So knowing the total revenue from that relationship over time is important to measuring the return on investment of that acquisition. And to compute the LTV, what we need to do is take the revenue the customer pays in a particular period, subtract out the gross margin, and then divide the estimated churn percentage, and churn being customers that leave our portfolio, so that we can get, or the cancellation rate, as some other companies call it. So for the type of customer who pays you $100,000 per year, where your gross margin on the revenue is 70%, and that customer type is predicted to cancel at a rate of 16% per year, then the LTV is $437,500. Now, once you have the LTV and the CAC, you can compute the ratio of the two. If it costs you $100,000 to acquire a new customer and the LTV is $437,000 then your LTV to CAC ratio is 4 to 4% to 1.
That's really useful information. So, how would we measure the effectiveness of those metrics?
So we look at it in ratios because CAC and LTV, both in vacuums, give us some information but not the complete picture. The ratio of marketing percentage to CAC gives us the capability to compute the marketing portion of customer acquisition cost as a percentage of just the marketing spent. And then we compute that over the overall CAC. The marketing spend percentage is interesting to watch over time. It gives us any changes in signals and signals that something may have changed in either our strategy or our effectiveness to acquire new customers altogether. So for instance, an increase in marketing percentage CAC either tells us that we're spending too much on the wrong channels or that changes in customer behaviors have taken place that maybe require an adjustment or an increase in budget. Or it might tell us that we need to allocate marketing dollars differently across different channels.
Hmm. One issue that comes up frequently for marketing managers is justifying their budget and sometimes even their existence. So, what are some metrics that could help with that?
So to justify our budget when we're in front of the CEO, we look at metrics like marketing influenced customer percentages. We look at customer churn. We look at the number of customers acquired in a specific period. We looked at the average customer tenure, and we also look at the average revenue by transaction.
Great information. Whether it's finding customers, keeping customers, or plotting new products, it's not just about the campaigns. It's also about bringing the right information to the right people to make the right decisions at the right time. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Dr. Guess.